On this one, man, long range precision, there's none better than Mr. Justin Watts, and he's right here on Gun Talk Hunt.
Hey, I'm KJ, dedicated lifelong hunter here. If you got an interest in all things hunting, you're in the right spot. Whether chasing quail across the plains of Oklahoma or in pursuit of elk in the backcountry of British Columbia, you'll always find me on the hunt.
All right, welcome in all you Gun Talk hunters. I'm your host, KJ, and really good one today, because if you want to know about PRS, you want to know about long-range shooting, there is none better to learn from than Mr. Justin Watts. He does a number of things, but this episode is brought to you by Winchester Supreme Optics, Loophole, Range Ready, and Ruger. All right, welcome in, Justin. Good to have you here, man. I've known you for quite some time, and he's a fellow Oklahoman. But man, welcome in. Give us a little bit of your background so people know where you started.
So I started, my entry into the precision rifle world was through sniper school, through the military, serving in the Army for a number of years. I'm now retired, medically retired from the military. And I got into I got into a couple different jobs when I got out of the military, and I couldn't find my niche. I couldn't find. I did the oil field thing, I didn't have any life skills,
Yeah.
not a lot of jobs pay you to kill people at a long distance, right? So,
Almost none.
almost none. There is contracting, which I looked at, and my wife at the time, wasn't willing to raise two kids,
Yeah.
She didn't want to do it when I was home, so definitely didn't want to do it when I was away. So,
Yeah.
so I got into I opened my own gun range, and I started doing training. And it started with just local law enforcement and doing sniper training for sheriff's SWAT teams, OU campus police,
Yeah.
stuff like that, stadium snipers. And then I got to where the PRS guys were coming out and say, hey, can we use your range to train, to practice for this match? And I kind of realized right away that like I was a little out of my league, you know, you
Yeah.
know, uh, you know, uh, I I can tell you from firsthand experience and combat deployments. Now I will say this: the game is a little different when your target is shooting back, right?
Yeah.
When your life is on the line, when your buddies to your left and right, you're trying to make sure they stay above ground, go home to their wife and kids. the there is a different aspect to that,
Yeah.
and just the whole war, conflict, sleep, food, you know
Yeah.
there is that aspect to it. However, when it comes to running a rifle, a precision rifle, military snipers just do not have the capabilities nor the equipment or the know-how to do some of the things that some of the worst PRS shooters can do.
That's funny you
Uh,
say that, because I feel like I'm in that class, but I'm like, but I have the right equipment. I have this, like, the base knowledge of how to get it done at long range. And you, like, when I went out to your range first, man, there was a few barricades and there was a few things, and there was like a shooting awning that you had, and it has only
yeah,
grown, man. Like, and
yeah,
what you're
yeah. We're shooting out of
offering,
Blackhawks now. Yeah,
that's nuts. Like, that's
yeah,
crazy. Shooting out of Blackhawks, and I mean, and you continue to grow, which is absolutely incredible. And so Justin, you kind of started picking this PRS thing up, and dude, like, you now are one of the top shooters, like, in the country, like,
hmm
perhaps in the world, like, that I've seen, like, really run.
Well, if you're a top in
Like,
in this country, you're top in the world, because the
yes.
United States just throttles every other country
So
um,
how
behind a
did you
rifle.
so aside from just like having a range and just going, well, I'm going to get into it. I mean, your skills were already vetted, and you already had a good base, but
Yeah,
how did you get to where you are to understand how this long range game is played so well?
man. I would say, no matter what I do, I'm at the top of my game. I I wouldn't say I'm the best precision rifle shooter in the world. I am the best instructor.
Yeah.
That is not even a question. My students, accolades have will speak for themselves.
Oh yeah.
Um, so as far as um, how did I get to be, one of the best? I would say that I never let my ego or pride hold me back. A lot of guys, they can't accept, uh, they can't take responsibility for themselves.
Right.
They can't hold themselves accountable when they're making mistakes. If I'm at the range, I'm at a match. You know, um, I hear guys, time and time again, man, my barrel's shot out, or I think my scope's broke, or man, my dad is all jacked up because, something happened. They must have threw my gun on the plane or something, whatever. Insert excuse,
Yeah.
here. And like, when it comes to me, if you're looking for sympathy, it's in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. All right. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't look at, excuses. I don't care. You know, uh, if I'm having an issue, I want to know why, right? What is the issue that is happening while I'm shooting? All right, is it
Yeah.
me? Because if it's me, I need to take accountability for that and fix it. All right, and I can fix it. And what I recommend and what I have my students do is every stage they shoot, I uh I have them write down at least one thing they did right, and at least one thing they did wrong,
Yep.
right? So even if you cleaned, you got a stage, you got a perfect score, you did something wrong. You maybe made a bad trigger pull, just got lucky and still hit the target, right?
Hmm.
Or you made you know, um, you may have, rushed a shot or
Yeah.
and got lucky and still hit it or whatever. Or even if you got a zero on that stage, you did something right, right? Maybe you
Right.
dialed, all your targets correctly, or you made good trigger pulls on every single shot. You just none of them hit the target.
Right.
So when you do that, you start to build a pattern. You start to see patterns. And over a course of a match or two, three, four matches, you start seeing these patterns of this is what I did wrong, or this is what I'm doing wrong. Like, okay, uh, you know, every stage I'm missing my last shot.
Hmm.
Okay, why is that? Well, probably because I'm rushing, trying to beat the timer and trying to get that last shot off before the buzzer.
Right.
And I'm breaking that last shot, bad. Okay, that's
Yeah.
something I can work on, right? And then what I do is I've adopted what I call, mind you, I've developed all these training techniques myself. So
Right.
I've built a whole training system around the sport. Once I realized that I couldn't ride my sniper coattail, it wasn't going to get me very far in the sport. I was way, way, you know, uh,
It
shot
was
out.
almost. Yeah.
When it comes to, being a military sniper, you don't want any military, Army, Marine, Navy, you don't want any Air Force, you don't want any sniper shooting at you, I can assure you. However,
Right.
are they the best in competition? No, absolutely not.
Gotcha.
So I had to develop my own training regimen. And one of the things I did is what I call the 80/20 rule. So I write down all these, issues that I'm having, and I write down the good things that I'm doing too, and I have
Yeah.
my students do it. And when I go train, let's say I have 80, or let's say I have 100 rounds to practice with, I use the 80/20 rule. So 80% of my time and my ammunition to practice with is going to go to the things I need that I'm doing wrong, the things I need to get
Okay.
better at. Okay. And then 20% is going to go to the things I'm doing right because I don't want to stop doing those.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I've got 100 rounds. 80 of those are going to go to working on trigger pulls or moving through positions faster so I don't time out every stage or whatever. And then 20 of those rounds they're going to go to, let's just say I'm really good shooting prone, troop lines, shooting, when I'm laying on my belly, but I suck shooting positionally. Okay.
Yep.
80 rounds, I'm going to practice. If I have 10 rounds, 8 of those are going to go to positional.
Positional.
2
Yeah.
are going to go to prone. So I don't want to stop being good on my belly just because, I'm getting better at shooting off a barricade. When you do that, you start seeing a pattern of, what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right, and we can fix that.
Man, that's it. I mean, I like the rules. I like that stuff. What I really want to get into, and we're going to just jump in here with a real quick break. What I want to get into is, I mean, if guys are like really serious about like increasing, it could be hunting. Like you take these classes to become better hunters. You compete to become a better hunter. That's why I do it.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
On the other,
makes you a better
oh
hunter.
yeah. On the other side of this, I do want to get into hunting because I'm telling you, Justin Watts is a man of many talents, and now he's out there just slaying critters, ducks, you name it, and he's got it on the ground in Oklahoma. But on the other side of this break, let's jump into that. Da-da-da-da. Introducing this Winchester Supreme THSX 640, because seeing in the dark isn't just for bats, vampires, or ex-girlfriends stalking your socials. With a 640 by 512 VOX sensor, the thermal sight spots heat signatures through fog, smoke, darkness, even your buddy's weak excuses. Zoom from 2.3 to 8x like you're directing thermal action movie. 10-hour battery life, Wi-Fi, compass, ballistic calculator, heck, it practically hunts for you. It's waterproof, 300 Win Mag rated, and comes in a case tougher than a $2 steak. Supreme performance, not so supreme price. Get the THSX 640 and turn the night into your playground. There you go. Oh, the Ruger American Gen 2 Predator, because sometimes you just want a rifle that looks like it's been dipped in badass and Cerakote. Spiral fluted barrel? Check. Splatter finish that grips like grandma's hug but less scratchy? Double check. Recoil? Reduced. Fit? Customizable like your favorite video game loadout. Adjustable trigger? Smooth as jazz hands. Oh, and the bolt? CNC machine for that butter on a hot pan action. It's got a pick rail, a muzzle brake, and more modular options than a Lego set for grown-ups. Get the Predator, because your prey deserves a fair, terrifying fight. Psst. Hey, have you heard who loves guns, gears, and discounts that feel slightly illegal? Your pals at Gun Talk Hunt just dropped some serious coupon code for some good heat at Brownells. Okay, are you ready for this? Like, seriously, are you ready? Use May 25 to get $25 off when you spend just $200, or go big this May and drop May 50 and slice off $50 off a $500 haul. That's like buying ammo and accidentally getting a free smug sense of fiscal responsibility. So, Brownells has all the pew-pew parts, tactical trinkets, and boomstick bling for your freedom-loving heart desires. Don't wait. Like your favorite memes, this won't last forever. Say hello to the Loophole VX6HG Gen 2. Man, I don't even think I can say it like that and keep a straight face. The Loophole VX6HG Gen 2, because your optics shouldn't tap out before you do. With a 6:1 zoom ratio, this thing goes from up close, oh crap, to sniping from Narnia faster than you can say, that's going to leave a mark. The professional grade optical system, yeah, it punches glare in the face and laughs at low light like a villain monologuing at midnight. Plus, it's got motion sensors, so it knows when you move like that creepy ex. But it's useful. Guardian coating keeps your lens cleaner than your browser history. And the speed set dial, oh, it's tool free, like me at my family reunion. Get the VX6 HG Gen. Oh, mother. Get the 6. Holy crap. Get the V6. Oh, my gosh. Can we just not name it the 6HG Gen 2? Get the VX6HG. Holy crap. The VX6HD Gen 2, because precision shouldn't be boring. If you leave some of that in, oh my God. Tired of your range time being just mag dumps and Instagram flexing? Enter Range Ready Training, where Director of Awesomeness and everything else, Chris Sereno, turns keyboard warriors into actual warriors. Or something like that. Pretty dang close, I would say. Yeah, the guy's been there, done that. Pistol, check. Rifle, check. Yeah, we got it all. Force on force, we do that every now and then too. Bring your bruises, instructor development. Welcome to the Thunderdome of learning. It's more than training, it's range ready, because real life doesn't come with a respawn button. All right, we're back with Justin Watts, of JTAC Precision, of Thud Life. Let's talk. I mean, so if guys want to train with you, where do they go, and what's involved?
You're talking shooting training? Because I do lots of shooting training. Okay, so they reach out and contact me. I'm not cheap, but
well, the good ones aren't cheap.
I am the best.
I mean, that's it. And you know, speaking of that, like one of the things that I think is really cool, and you talk about the lineage of like shooters that go through your schools and shooters that come train with you. What I find like on your like Facebook posts and JTACs is when they have match results, like the podiums are filled with students. Like that's what it's like. Another student wins, another student, another top 5 finishes. Yeah. And the difference between a lot of these top shooters are the little details. I mean, it's the little things that keep you off the podium.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, I train jujitsu, and, you know, the difference between a white belt and a black belt is black belt's just a white belt that didn't quit, right? Just you're still doing the same thing you learned as a white belt, just doing it with a better technique, right? And it's all in the small details. And when I first started this training, you know, when we first started the JTAC, we had to take a step back here and decide, hey, do we want to continue doing this? Because we just got our asses kicked by a student that's never shot outside the top 50 in his life, and he just skull drug us at a match. So, you know, is this something that we want to do? Because we may be like selling ourselves out of the, you know, top 5, top 10. And, you know, we decided, like, you know what? If that's the case, you know, then it is what it is. We want to beat people at their best, you know? And if we train them to be their best and they're better than us, then they earn that.
But too, I mean, you're who they are learning from. And like, I think that's
for
incredible.
Sure. There's a level of respect there too. They know. They're like, you know, hey, like everything I have because of you. So,
and that's one of the coolest things I think that you guys are doing right now is you're training champions, and that's the biggest compliment to I think a coach. You know, because I mean, so going back to the jiu-jitsu thing, like there are a lot of jiu-jitsu practitioners out there that used to be like the world champions, but now they're coaching the champions of today. And I mean, I think that's one of the biggest compliments is their lineage.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? You know, I've won so many jiu-jitsu tournaments.
You're kind of owning the world. You're still a brown belt, right? Or did you just get your black
I
belt?
don't know. I I don't wear gi, so I don't know.
He has nothing to tie together. He doesn't have a.
I think I got a purple belt,
I could have swore you were at Brown.
and then yeah, well, they called me and said, "Hey, I need you to." Richard called me and said, "We need to get your gi." He said, "Dig your gi out, and so I can put that brown belt on you." And I was like, "Yeah, probably not
We're
gonna
not
do
gonna
that."
do that.
I was like, he's like, "Why not?" I was like, "I don't even own a gi anymore." He's like, "What do you mean you
That's
don't own a
funny.
gi?" I was like, "I threw it away. I gave it away
Yeah,
at the gym. I don't know. I don't know
it's
what
all
happened to it,
Noki
man.
stuff.
I don't care about
That's
belts.
funny.
All no gi, yeah."
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, I switched to
yeah.
MMA, and there's no reason for me to have a gi.
No, there's not.
I don't know. I don't care. He wanted to put a brown belt on me. So
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
and my brown
So
belt, yeah,
so
probably.
let's talk about Thud Life, and a venture that you kind of started a couple years ago, or I mean, what has that been, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, four or
So
five,
what's that all
yeah,
about,
something
man?
like
I
that.
mean, it's kind of your outfitting business now, right?
So yeah, we're one of the largest hunting outfitters in the state of Oklahoma. We do deer, ducks, turkey, um, thermal pig,
Yeah,
predator, basically everything.
man.
Geese. We do just about everything, man.
So how did that all come
And I
about?
lease about 27,000 acres.
How did
What's
that all
that?
come about? I mean, because how did I mean? I know you have your range, but like, how do you sit there and just
Well,
go? Yeah, I guess in off season, you're like, oh, I like to hunt. Let's go.
so I was hunting about 5 days a week, hunting pigs, and farmers, calling me, hey, pigs are tearing me up. Um, I need you to come out here and kill them. And I'm like, gosh, so 5 days a week, I'm out there hunting pigs, with thermals, and I have all this property, all this land to hunt, and we're laying in the mountains in Unit 65 in Colorado, had an elk tag, and it was me and Clay and Colin, and we're laying in the mountains, looking at the stars, and uh, just talking in our tent, and I was like, man, I already do this anyway. You know, I, I could probably do this for a job.
Yeah.
Make some extra money. I'm already doing this anyway. Like, might as well make some money out of it. And Colin's like, dude, if you do that, I'm in. And and I was like, honestly, really not about the money for me. Like, I just like hearing that
Yes.
thud. Like that meat
Yep.
report when you hear that thud, that bullet hits meat. That's what I like to
Yep.
hear. And no, I was like, well, there's my name right there, Thud Life. I'm a Tupac fan
Yeah,
too,
it's
so it's
because
kind
he's about that
you know,
life.
yeah, Thud Life, yeah, Thud Life Outdoors, and it kind of Colin was like, man, I'm in. I'll go in with you, and it started as like I don't know if he thought I was serious, but when I talk about something, man, I jump in head
Oh yeah,
first, feet first. I mean, or head first. I don't know. I just when I get
man.
something in my mind, I just go
Well,
with
and
it, and I just
you guys are consistent too. I think that's one of the more important things about like selecting an outfitter. Like, yeah, they
100% or 5 years. I'm
yeah
100%. We've never not. I do my homework.
yeah
I know. I know. I mean, if you can look at one of my walls. During hunting season. I remember one year I had a wall. You would think I was tracking Taliban for the CIA. And I was just tracking
yeah.
whitetails. I was patterning whitetails,
That
man. I
was
had
it.
maps and pins, and
You get
it looked like I was freaking mapping a serial killer or something. for the FBI,
Dude, you had
Taliban for the CIA. Or
you
something.
had like
All I was doing is
photos on the
tracking
wall,
damn
like all over the place.
yes, pins and the string attached to
Like he's traveling this
feeding areas,
corridor
bedding
every day
areas.
at 10:05. Like,
Yes,
dude,
pretty much. I've got so many cameras that are live, so many cameras that are automatic.
no kidding.
I mean, so cameras that within 30 seconds taking a
Yeah,
picture, they're sending them
I
to
mean,
me,
with 27,
and I feed 365
with
days a year.
27,000, roughly 27,000 acres, you've got your phone has to be lighting up constantly with like always information.
I turn notifications off. I turned notifications
Oh,
off.
really? Yeah,
Had to. Yeah, it's too much.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So to find out more about like the Thud life, like how do guys go about that? I mean, you can go to research it on Facebook.
Jump on my get on my Thud Life Outdoors Facebook page and send me a message.
And I think that's like, and
Give me a
it's
call.
booking up consistently because I mean, when you have 100%
We're always
success
booked out.
rate, like
Yeah.
that's how it's gonna be. I mean, you're gonna have to get in quick. So go over to Thud Life Outdoors on Facebook and give them a shout. But I would recommend taking a class before you go. And do you ever have anybody who like is coming in for a hunt and then they go, you know what? Could I get a couple days on the like rifle training before the hunt?
Yep. Yeah, I do. And I charge $250 an hour or $1,000 for a 6-hour day. And I do have hunters that will, while they're here. Actually, I had one this year that, while he was here, he went and trained. Nathan Mueller. He comes and hunts with me. This is his second year hunting with me. He's a repeat customer, but why he also shoots matches too. So, it's handy for him to go train while he's here.
Oh, heck yeah, it is. Well,
You can't just. He lives 12 hours away, 14 hours away in Nebraska. So it's not like you can just run and you don't get my level of training anywhere in the world besides right here or one of my instructors. So I mean,
when's the next class coming up?
unless you want Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday?
Yeah, I got a JTAC class this Saturday, yeah.
Because I was looking and I was like, because I'm interested in coming out and taking a class because I just want to get better. And I was trying to find a schedule. Where do you find that schedule at of your training classes?
It's on the ACE. We run everything through
Ace Precision LLC.com.
Yeah, well, Ace Brakes.
Ace Brakes
is Ace Brakes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to jump over there real quick and see if we've got.
Yeah, see if you can find it.
If I can find it.
Yeah, Ace Brakes. And it'll be under the shop
or
something. Anyway,
yeah. Yeah, it's I know they have one coming up, like there's one in August, and I don't know if I can
one in August.
I don't know if I could do one in Oklahoma August, but it'll be windy, which is good because I'm crap on wind, dude. Like that's one of my biggest things where I'm like, man, like if I could just figure this freaking wind out, I might be able to do something. But it's just tough, man.
That's what everybody says.
It's tough. It's just tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got a schedule up there.
Yeah.
I know there's one in August because I was looking at it. But yeah, you got one June 14th through 15th.
Yeah.
Now that's 2 days. Like, so you heard what he said. He said for like training, like Justin charges $1,000 for 6 hours. Is that correct? Like,
that's correct.
And so, but the advanced training this weekend is $1,200. So that sounds like
for
2 days. So that sounds like a heck of a deal to me. Like,
yeah, we only do 4 of those a year.
Really? That's it.
Yeah, because again, I realize like I'm losing money teaching this weekend. All right, right. So, if I had 3 students, Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna make way more money than
Oh
if
yeah,
I have 25 students for 2 days.
exactly.
So, um, do I like doing these JTAC classes? No, I don't. I make way more money doing it
Yeah,
private. But we do these for the
yeah,
students, for the shooters. Give them, you know, not everybody. I mean, not everybody
right.
can
Yeah,
afford, $1,000 a
yeah, I
day.
know. But I I
Uh,
guarantee you, like that the problem is like when you go to a training like
but
that, you're gonna
what
improve.
yes, I guarantee it's a money back guarantee that your
Yeah,
scores go up. Your scores go up, man, and I will make you a better shooter. Here's what people don't understand. No matter how you swing it, you go to a 2-day PRS match, you're spending $1,000 between
yeah,
flights or driving or
yeah,
hotels. Your match fee's 300 something dollars, and if you're 200 rounds of ammo, a dollar something around, you're
yeah.
talking, you know,
More than that.
well, let's just say you're gonna have 300 rounds because you're gonna have to practice,
Oh yeah,
right? You got ammo to practice, and you got ammo to shoot the match with, so you're somewhere around 300 rounds. So you're at let's just call it $1 a round. You're over you're
yeah,
$300 and just ammo, $300 or more for a match fee.
yep,
There's $600. Travel, food,
dude.
other
It
expenses. I
makes
mean,
sense.
like
I mean,
you're spending $1,000 to go to a match to get your teeth kicked in, or you can come see me, take that $1,000, put it to good use, come see me.
yeah,
Now, the next time you go to a match, you will have a level of
yes.
improvement.
All right. It sounds like I'm headed to Oklahoma to practice with Justin. Because I want
And it's
my
worth
scores to
it.
improve. Because you're right. When you go in, you get your teeth kicked in. You sit there and you question, why am I doing this? And then the next shot opportunity comes at a monster buck, and you're sitting there, and that's what you think of is your last match result, and you go, I
Yeah.
suck. And you may not
Yeah.
suck completely, but you didn't do good that match. So what are you doing? So, yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll get a hold of you, man, and I'll line
Yeah.
up a day and I'll come see you because I've got to get that done. But
For
yeah,
sure.
go check them
Yeah.
out. Thud Life Outdoors on Facebook. Man, pay attention because results matter, and he gets it done whether it's in the PRS long range world or in the field. So, Justin, man, thanks for joining.
Okay, brother. Thank you.
All right. All you gun talk hunters, you know the drill. Keep those muzzles pointed in a safe direction and always be on the hunt.